Hello YouTube. Today we're going to talk about weak atheism. Now first of all, what is weak atheism as opposed to strong atheism? Well, weak atheism is, on Wikipedia there isn't given a specific page to weak atheism, but it's defined as a negative belief that there is a God without having the positive belief that there is no God. Now, that article says that it's the same as agnosticism, or that the two terms are used interchangeably, but there's a distinct difference, as agnosticism is a positive belief as well. Agnosticism is the positive belief that we can't tell whether there's a God or not. Now, weak atheism refutes all of these. First of all, as far as agnosticism goes, let's take a look at the UT Now clip, which talks a bit about agnosticism.
I'm telling you that there's a coin in this box. Now, there's a group of you who think there's no coin at all. There's a group of you who think it's a quarter. Some of you think it's a penny. I bet there's a guy down there who thinks it's a yen. It's none of those. You're all absolutely wrong. There is a coin in there, but it's none of those types. But that has no bearing on the existence or not of a coin in the box. It's still there. And you're all wrong.
Well, how about that? Much preferable to me, however, is the critique that Socrates 1, my longtime friend, gave of this description, the safe description. Let's hear it.
UT Now gave the example of a coin and a safe. However, the analogy is fatally flawed because it is based in reality. We know that coins, in general, exist in reality. God, by definition, is supernatural. A better analogy for this is saying that he has a magic coin in the safe that can grant wishes. Obviously, nobody in their right mind would believe in that, and we would all be magic coin atheists. But is being agnostic about this the only logical answer? Is the presence of a magic coin really just as likely as there not being a magic coin? After all, you can't prove that the magic coin doesn't exist unless you open the safe, and that bastard UT Now has decided not to show us what's inside.
Now I thought I'd continue this safe analogy to better describe weak atheism. I don't have a safe, so I have to use this giant takeout box. Now what theists say is that there's definitely not only a penny, but a magic penny in this thing. The agnostics say we definitely don't know if there's a magic penny in this thing or not, and the strong atheists say we definitely know there's no magic penny in here. And weak atheists say we don't care what's in here. Now, weak atheism is often derided because it's weak and there's a stigma around that, but I'll give you two positive assertions that weak atheists can make, but also strong atheists, agnostics, and even deists can be in accordance with these beliefs. Now, the first is that if there is a God, he is unknowable by human beings. In the case of deists, it's a positive belief that there is a God, but also that he can't be knowable by humans. Now, I go over this in my video number 2. The logical allowance for the possibility of a God inherently entails that we are not allowed to know how this God exists. Now, the second assertion is that God is completely irrelevant to our lives. And we know this because there is no empirical evidence for a God. In order for there to be a God, again, if you saw my last 2 videos ago, I did the pencil test. Now, if there really is this omnipotent being and he wants me to believe in him, why doesn't he lift this pencil for me? And of course, this doesn't allow for dystheism, but it's 99% of theistic. And there's a whole bunch of problems with dystheism anyway, so that's another installment. One of the things I see that kind of troubles me a little bit is the sort of infighting between atheists and agnostics, and even atheists and other atheists. I know I'm probably going to take some heat if people end up watching this from atheists saying, okay, well, weak atheism is wrong. We must believe that there is no God. And I will say this, that the existence of a God is highly improbable. But even so much as Richard Dawkins does not state positively that there is no God. And furthermore, the benefit of weak atheism as opposed to agnosticism is that it puts focus where focus deserves to be put, on the fact that God has not showed up in any quantifiable way. If God wants us to believe in Him, why doesn't He make it clear to us? Why does He only work in these hallucinations and shit? One more thing I wanted to talk about today is, I've gotten a lot of feedback along the lines of, well, see, if atheists are wrong, they have a lot to worry about, and if Christians aren't wrong, then there's no problem with that. Now, this is Pascal's wager, essentially. Now, I present to you the anti-Pascal's wager tonight. This states that it's actually a safer wager to be an atheist, because for Christians to be right, there has to be two conditions met. First of all, there has to be God. And second of all, it has to be their God. To state that Christianity is right is to wager that Islam, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, all those other religions are wrong. And second of all, Pascal's wager doesn't take into account anything to do with human existence. We can positively state that our existence is. We do not know whether there's going to be an afterlife or not. And it doesn't take into account that when you hold beliefs, you submit yourself to the will of this human power structure. And it doesn't take that into account. So keep that in mind when you say that atheists have a lot more to lose than Christians do. Alright, that's it. Good night.
Wasted and complacent, and you're about the same, but still I wanna get it on with you tonight.
Bet you were wondering what was in here, huh? Ah.